The next game, the Titans over the Colts. This one to me is very tough because I do want to congratulate Derrick Henry having over 150 yards, including a 74-yard touchdown run. Back-to-back years now, he's given the Jaguars 70-plus yard rushing touchdowns in kind of the very similar fashions. They dominated the Jags 42-20. It was a blowout basically from the beginning. They scored 28 points in the third quarter alone. That is the most points they have scored since they have come over from Tennessee. They also gained the most yards. And also Derrick Henry became the first player since LT back in 2006 to score two touchdowns within 20 seconds because the Jags muffed the punt or muffed the kickoff, which got the Titans the ball right back at about the 7-yard line, and Henry runs it in from 7 yards. And Ryan Tannehill, he was the first quarterback since Steve McNair to have 2 rushing and 2 throwing touchdowns. He's been able to, I believe, win every single game. He's 4-1 as the starter for the Titans. The only loss he had was against Carolina. He's done a good job, and he's lifted this Titans team back to a spot where they're usually in, where nobody really talks about them. But you look at the Titans football team and you go, that's not a bad football team. They didn't have Delaney Walker yesterday. A.J. Brown had a big 60-plus yard touchdown reception, which I thought was significant. Deion Lewis made a big run, which was very surprising to me as well. And yeah, I genuinely was impressed with how the Titans played against the Jaguars team that people thought could have made a better run, but no. And this is why I'm going to take the Titans, because I feel like, again, they've been more consistent with Tannehill. I think Tannehill provides them a better offensive, quarterback. He's more accurate. He makes more plays. He can make more throws. He's shown you that he can run pretty decently. And I just look at the Colts and I'll say this. I feel like with Marlon Mack having his hand injury, when you look at Marlon Mack, Eric Ebron is now going to go onto the IR, and he'll have to have surgery on both his ankles. When you look at how T.Y. Hilton, had a really rough game. And I just saw Jacoby, true, Jonathan Williams had 107 yards and a touchdown, but Jacoby Brissett only threw for 129 yards, and I really was not impressed with how he was able to move the ball. He's not going to have his number one tight end. He will still have Jack Doyle, but I feel like with Zach Pascal and the other receivers, they had to let go of Deion Kane. He actually ended up getting picked up by Pittsburgh, which I did not know. But you have Chester Rogers, you have Mo Alley Cox, you have a lot of these other guys that just, from what you saw at Houston, they really can't move the ball. And I feel like with what the Texans were able to do, I feel like the Titans, I don't think they'll be able to, they don't have a Hopkins, of course, to, just burn them down the field. But I think of how Tannehill's been playing, they can use Jonnu and Corey and Humphreys and Sharp and all these other receiving threats and A.J. Brown to win this game. And look, it's a tall order because the Colts, since Andrew Luck has joined the Indianapolis Colts and even Jacoby Brissett, the Tennessee Titans have not been able to beat the Indianapolis Colts since 2012. That is stunning to me that it's been that many games where in any game that Andrew Luck or Jacoby Brissett started, they were not able they were not able to beat him, or they've won like 12 of the last. Yeah, they were not able to beat them, or it's one of those things where like they're 12-1 in those meetings with the Colts, including this year's game where Jacoby won as well. And I just feel like, again, at some point this streak has to end for the Titans, or they have to get a win over the Colts in a big spot here. And I think they get it this week with how Tannehill's been playing. The defense has been playing pretty consistently. I think they get pressure on Brissett, and I feel like the Titans pull this game out in that way. Sounds like the Titans here in an upset. That's why I'll take Tennessee here +3, and the Tennessee Titans straight up. The next game, the Cleveland Browns over the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is one where it comes down to James Conner and Juju. I don't think both of them, or James Conner, we don't know when he's going to be able to come back. Juju could not play yesterday because of knee issues and a concussion, so I don't know if he'll be able to still be in protocol. They're going to get Ogunjobi back, which would be a nice help defensively. And I just feel like, again, the other thing is, I don't know who the Steelers quarterback is in this game. You have, Is it going to be Rudolph? Is it going to be Devlin Hodges? I think you should have to go with Devlin Hodges because Devlin Hodges kind of helped you in the game against the Ravens, and he was able to lead you this game against the Bengals. And this is one little quick side note here. I always hate how in football, it's not like baseball with pitchers, where if you start the game from the beginning and your backup, and you get hurt or you get pulled, and the backup comes in and he pulls out the victory, you get the win. The starter gets the win. The backup gets nothing. I always hate that because I feel like Mason Rudolph did not deserve that win yesterday, but that will go on his record. And that should go to Devlin Hodges for the way he played. Was able to pull out that victory. I just feel like, again, the Browns, like Seibert, he had missed 3 of his 4 field goals until he made the one late in the game against the Browns. Joe Schobert became only, the second linebacker in the Super Bowl era to have back-to-back interceptions in consecutive games. The Browns offense has been really doing well. They just played this team a couple weeks ago. I know both teams will be motivated, but also, look, the Steelers are not going to have Pouncey, which will be significant. I justifiably understand why he won't be there. But I'm going to take Cleveland here because I've been more convinced from what I've seen over the last 3 or 4 games. Bakers are playing better. Nick Chubb's been running the ball more effectively. Kareem Hunt's been running more effectively. And that defense has done a great job shutting down offenses for the last few weeks. And I think that they'll continue it against the Pittsburgh team, which you don't know offensively what you're going to get. Though I think the Steelers can win it, absolutely. It's going to be in Pittsburgh. They are motivated from what happened just under 2 weeks ago. But I think Cleveland's talent and their drive as well will be the difference that gets the Browns this victory this coming Sunday. So that's why Cleveland are -1 and Cleveland straight up.
The Titans and the Colts division rival game. This is a crucial game for the AFC South for the playoff picture in the AFC. I got the Titans winning 27-23, and this is one that can go either way because the Titans really struggle playing the Colts in general. It's in Indy on top of it, but most the time when they really struggle, it's been when Andrew Luck. I do like Jacoby Brissett. I feel like I'm higher on him than pretty much everybody else, minus Colts fans, which is expected, by any fan base. But I have not been thrilled with them lately. Just not enough firepower. Not enough firepower. Hilton re-aggravated the injury. What's going to go on with him? He didn't play so out last week anyways. Lack of running. Jonathan Williams still played solid, but nobody's really going to be scared of Williams. He doesn't have the burst and the awareness that Mac has. So it is a difference. Whether the yards show it or not, it's a difference. Titans are getting good. They're getting good. I love this defense, and they got some firepower on offense. You got to worry about stopping Derrick Henry, and that's when they can open up the pass game. I think the Titans are the better team. That doesn't mean the Colts can't win this game. I just think the Titans are the better team, and they're rolling right now. They're hot. I like them 27-23. They're getting 2.5 points. That goes to 3. I really like that one because I don't see them losing more than 3. But if they do lose by 3 and you take them plus 2.5, then you lost by half a point there. That's kind of rough. But I see them winning. But again, it's a game that can go either way. I just think Titans got more talent on that team. I really do. But it should be an interesting one to watch. A lot on the line there. So really looking forward to that one. Next game is the Browns and the Steelers. Surprised the Browns are only -2, 26-13. I got them winning by 13 points there. And the few weeks ago, the Thursday night game, everybody remembers that game, the Browns and the Steelers. As soon as that ended, I'm like, all right, Steelers are going to get their revenge next time at home. Kind of what I was thinking. But since then, since I've watched these teams, it's changed significantly. And there's a reason for it because the Browns are getting better with their play calling. They're getting better, recognizing they have talent. It's weird to say that, but that's what it feels like. They're recognizing they have really talented players. They got playmakers, and Kareem Hunt's back, kind of fitting in there a little better. Makes them unpredictable, hard to game plan against. They got talent. Baker's playing better. The offensive line seems to be playing better. The defense, looking at the defense, they don't have Myles Garrett, so that's a little bit of a concern, but the secondary is definitely getting better. The linebacker unit, Joe Schobert's playing out of his mind. So that's all getting better, minus what we don't expect to be better is the pass rush, maybe in this game. But the Browns are just better, and the Steelers, they make the switch to Devlin Hodges. I don't dislike the decision. It almost feels like it had to happen, but at the same time, who do I think's the better quarterback? I still think Mason Rudolph's probably the better quarterback. So I still don't think they'll have enough offense. I still don't think they'll have enough offense to keep up with the Browns here. But their defense can single-handedly win this game. It's a very good defense. T.J. Watt is playing at a defense MVP level. Bud Dupree's having his career year. Cam Hayward's always dominant. So I mean, they're playing very well on defense, and that could win the game. But the Browns are playing extremely well on offense. Only -2. You know, anything that scares me is kind of the feel of the game. You know, it's a revenge game, I think, more for the Steelers. So that could change some things. At home, that place could be pretty crazy. I don't know what's going to happen in that game, so that's why I'm looking forward to watching that one too. But I think the Browns are the better team.